using the Contains operator for priority task notifications. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's live session. Today we're going to build a Power Automate flow that sends notifications for any newly created task in our SharePoint list, but only if the task title includes the keyword urgent. This flow will be perfect for keeping everyone on the team focused on the highest priority tasks. We'll go step by step to build this together, and I'll be walking you through every single action. This way, you can see how each step works in real time and understand why we're taking each action. So let's get started. Overview of our SharePoint list. Project tasks. To begin, let's talk about the SharePoint list we'll be using, which is called Project Tasks. This list includes a few key fields. Title, where we name each task assigned to, where we specify the user responsible for completing the task. Due date, for setting task deadlines. Status, a choice field with options like Not Started, In Progress, and Completed. Now, our goal here is to create a flow that sends an email to the assigned user whenever a new task with urgent in the title is created. We'll make sure it only triggers if there's a valid assignee, and we'll handle any possible errors along the way. Ready? Let's dive in. First, let's open Power Automate. From the main dashboard, we're going to set up a new flow. On the left-hand side, click on Create to start a new flow. Since we want this flow to activate when a new task is added to our SharePoint list, we'll choose Automated Cloud Flow. Now for the name of this flow, let's go with something descriptive. I'm going to call mine Notify on Urgent Task Creation, so we know exactly what this flow is doing at a glance. In the Choose Your Flow's trigger panel that appears next, we need to pick the trigger that will start the flow when a new item is created. So, in the search bar, type When an item is created and select the SharePoint trigger that appears. Great. Let's hit Create to start building our flow. Configuring the trigger to watch our project tasks list. Now that our flow is set up, it's time to configure our trigger to connect to our SharePoint list. In the site address drop-down, go ahead and select the SharePoint site where your project tasks list is stored. If you're following along with me, you should see it listed here. Just click on the site name to select it. Next, in the List Name drop-down, we'll pick Project Tasks. And that's it for the trigger setup. Now every time a new task is created in the Project Tasks list, this flow will be ready to respond. Adding a condition to check for urgent in the task title. All right, let's get into the heart of this flow. We only want to send notifications if the task title contains the word urgent. To do that, we're going to use the Contains operator in a condition. Start by clicking on plus New Step. In the search bar, type Condition, and select it from the list that appears. Now, we're setting up this condition to check if the title of the task includes our keyword. In the first box, select Title from the dynamic content. This is the title of the task that triggered the flow. In the drop-down next to it, choose Contains. This operator will check if a specific word is present within the title. In the last box, type Urgent. Perfect. Now we've set the flow to only continue if the task's title has urgent in it. To make things clearer, let's add a quick note to this condition. Click the three dots at the top right of the condition. Select Add a Note and type. This condition checks if the title contains the keyword urgent for high-priority tasks. Adding notes like these is a best practice, as it helps anyone else who views or edits this flow understand what each step is doing. Adding a check for null values in the Assign to field. Now, what if we create an urgent task but forget to assign it to someone? Without an assignee, the flow might run into an error when it tries to send an email. Let's handle this by adding another condition to check that the assigned to field has a valid email before proceeding with the notification. Inside the if yes branch of our previous condition, meaning this new condition will only run if urgent is in the title, click plus add an action and search for condition again. For this condition, we're going to check that assigned to email isn't empty. In the first box, select Assign to Email from the Dynamic Content options. For the drop-down operator, choose is not equal to. Finally, in the last box, go to Expression and type null. Click OK to apply. And there you go. Now, the flow will stop if there's no one assigned to the task. Let's add a note here as well. Click the three dots in this condition. Select Add a Note and type. This condition ensures the task has an assigned user before sending a notification. Setting up the notification email. We're now ready to set up the actual notification email. If both our conditions are met, meaning the task is urgent and has an assigned user, we want to send an email to that user. Still inside the If Yes branch of our second condition, click plus, add an action, and search for Send an Email v2. Select it from the list. In the To field, choose Assign to Email from Dynamic Content. This will make sure the email goes directly to the assigned person. For the subject line, let's type something informative, like Urgent Task Assigned, Title. Selecting Title from Dynamic Content here will dynamically include the task's name in the subject. In the Body field, let's add a simple message. A new urgent task titled Title has been created and assigned to you. Status? Status. Please review and take action as needed. And there we have it. The email content will be automatically populated with the task's title and status, making it clear and relevant for the recipient. Let's add one last note here for good measure. Click the three dots on this action, select Add a Note, and type. This email notification is sent when a task contains urgent in the title and has an assigned user. Saving and testing the flow. Now it's time to save and test our work. Click Save in the lower right corner, then hit Test to start a run. We'll go through a few test scenarios to ensure our flow is working as expected. Scenario 1. Task with urgent in the title and assigned user. For our first test, let's go to the Project Tasks list in SharePoint and add a new item. Title, Urgent, Project Update. Assigned to, choose yourself or a team member. Status, not started. Since this task title includes urgent and has an assigned user, we should receive a notification email. Remember that there might be a slight delay based on your Power Automate plan. Scenario 2. Task without urgent. In the title next, let's create a new task that doesn't include urgent. Title, regular update. Assigned to, yourself or another user. Status, in progress. This time the flow shouldn't trigger the email, since urgent isn't in the title. Scenario 3. Urgent task with no assignee. For this test, we'll create a task with the following details. Title, urgent, client follow-up. Assigned to, leave this blank. Status, not started. Since there's no assignee, our flow should stop at the second condition, preventing an email from being sent. Wrapping up, and that's it. We've created a Power Automate flow that sends notifications for tasks marked urgent and has error proofing built in to handle cases where no user is assigned. Remember, the trigger's responsiveness depends on your Power Automate plan, as premium plans provide faster processing times. This flow is now live, actively monitoring our project tasks list and only sending emails when they're truly needed. Fantastic job, everyone. Keep these best practices in mind as you continue building your Power Automate skills.